Why investing too much in your 20s is bad for you.
Rest in peace, my granny, she got hit by a bazooka. Yeah, I think about it every time I hit the hookah. Kaboom, kablow, kaboom.
For a solid amount of time, I was the person that was setting money into my Roth IRA and setting a lot of money in my brokerage fund. And don't get me wrong, it has been great. Thanks to the Lord upstairs. But, and I say but, it only grows at 10%. So yes, I do have 6 figures in the stock market. It's doing great now. But at the same time, you can also place your money into a side business or a business. And you know, it could actually produce 30%, 40%. You know, there's not really a ceiling to it. And a lot of people, they get that confused, you know, and I'm not saying it's bad to invest in stocks. But what I'm saying is I probably could have saved a little more money and just got into business a little sooner. And you know, I'm not gonna really hate myself for waiting because I had no idea what I was doing. But the best thing you can do is invest in yourself rather than somebody else. And the reason that is because when you're investing in somebody else's company, you're pretty much gambling whether that company is gonna succeed or not, unless you're doing an ETF. A big example of that is SpaceX. You see a lot of people, you know, it IPO'd and they're not really producing any money. It's just really hype right now. Not saying it can't be profitable in the future, but I'm just speaking numbers where, you know, you're giving them money and you might not even be getting 10% because they're not making any money. So why not invest in yourself? Read some books, find out about business, make a side hustle, make videos, which we all, like if you're Gen Z, you know how to make a video. It doesn't have to be the best video out there. Just get started. And the reason I say that is because yes, it is gonna be slow. For example, for me, I think I made a whopping $10 or something like that from Meta, Facebook, whatever. And the longer you keep on doing that, like the stock market, it will compound, compound, compound. You see what I'm saying? Like, dude, you gotta see where other people started. Like a lot of successful people on this platform, including this person named Logan Paul, started way before they actually blew up. And you can actually listen to Logan Paul on his podcast that he actually doesn't invest anything in the stock market and he's still successful.
Do you have stocks?
Nope.
No way.
Are you kidding me?
More of my net worth was in cardboard than like any financial advisor would tell you makes any sense. What am I gonna do with the stock, bro? I go to the vault that we store the cards in, I look at my card and I feel good. I feel like Ash Ketchum out there, bro.
Have you ever had one?
Yes.
What happened?
I found E-Trade annoying.
And so you just like told your guy, hey, get me out of everything.
Yeah.
Did you make money when you had the stocks?
No.
So you've only ever lost money in the stock market?
Yeah.
Now, am I saying that everybody should just avoid the stock market? No. And am I mad at myself for investing in the stock market? You know, a lot of it, not really, because at least I invested into something rather than wasting on bad things. But what I'm telling you is if you're in your 20s, you have so much time to be able to start a side business, start a main business. You can fail at some things and still recover rather than just throw your money into a Roth. And keep in mind, I've talked about this before, cash flow is still important. So when you're throwing your money into a retirement account, you're really gambling on, okay, I'm gonna keep on making money. You know, you just keep on working that job and keep on going. Whereas if you start a side hustle or a business, if you really bet on yourself and you really work at it, you can increase that percentage to, let's say, 30, 40, 50, whatever percentage. You can quadruple it. And I think a lot of people got this backwards, is a lot of people want to play it safe, which isn't bad because, like I said before, your time in your 20s are really valuable. So when you're putting money in the market, you are making a lot of more money down the road. But that's the key, down the road. I'm not saying you should stop investing in stocks. I'm saying you should start a business, a side business, and you know, make some money off of that. Then use some of that money, set in some stocks, leave it. And it's not necessarily that I want to retire. It's the point that I want to be able to just walk away if I wanted to. I don't want to be forced into doing something because that isn't freedom. A lot of people, you look at their bank account, I don't see much freedom, and that's just being me. What I am saying is when it comes to choosing on, okay, do I want to work tomorrow? Do I have to work tomorrow? That is the freedom I'm talking about, financial freedom. Stocks can provide financial freedom, but it's not gonna be tomorrow. It's not gonna be a year from now. It's gonna be a slow and grinding process. Something that's great about investing in the stock market is CoastFire. And that's really what a lot of people I think should aim for. You know, this isn't financial advice like I said, but you know, if you can invest enough to where you don't have to put a single penny into it and be able to retire at whatever age that is that you want to retire at, that's great. But should that be your only option? No. Dude, have options. We have so many different assets that we can invest in today, dude. Social media is a huge asset. Building your brand is a huge asset. That will give you way more returns than any retirement fund will ever give you because it's you. You are the engine, not somebody who's taking your money, quadrupling into their billion-dollar business, and then giving you 10%. I know there's gonna be people out there that disagree with what I say because there's gonna be a lot of people that follow the Dave Ramsey, save, 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 don't go into debt. And yeah, that works for the average person, but if you wanna be beyond average, you can't just be throwing your money into a retirement account and then just waiting, unless you wanna retire at like 65 or 55 or something like that. That's cool. This is the information for the people who actually wanna overachieve, that wanna really build something, you know, financially. The only way to really do that is invest in yourself. Elon Musk, for example, the most wealthiest person with money in the world. Do you think he invests in other companies? No. Elon Musk invests in himself. He doesn't wait. He doesn't give him some amount of money and then wait for a 10% return when he's like, whatever, 60 or 70. No, 60 or 70, 6, 7. He keeps on going. You know, this guy is a machine. And I'm not saying that everybody needs to be an Elon Musk. I don't think that's really healthy for some people. But what I'm saying is, you know, there's a lot of, if you want to actually make a lot of money, it's not just going to be investing like a few $100s in the stock market, you know. Obviously you can make some money if you invest a few thousand a month or something like that, and you'll make some great amount like returns. But the best investment that you will ever be able to get back is investing in yourself. And time is money. A lot of people, they see money and then they're like, oh, you know, you can retire when you're 50 or 60 with like millions of dollars. And it's like, dude, do you want to be 60 with millions of dollars, or do you want to be like late 20s, 30s with millions of dollars? And you know, life isn't all about money. That's not the point of this. The point is financial freedom and being able to do what you want to do and being able to do what God's called you to do. And I'm not saying, you know, money, you shouldn't love money. Obviously, money is a tool. And I believe that everybody can make a lot of money by following their purpose that God's given them. But people are also really greedy, and they think that just sitting back, working for paycheck, throwing their money in the stock market is gonna save them, and it's just not. The only thing that will actually produce a lot of money is leveraging your time, because time is something that always goes down, you know? Time is something that nobody's really guaranteed the next day. Every day is a blessing, like I said in my last video. A lot of people, they get scared of business because they see a lot of businesses, they could do this or do this. For a solid amount of time, my side business was like this and kind of doing this. Like I was actually losing money and time. But I believed in myself, I believe in God, and I believe that if you keep on going, you keep on doing, then you will see some results. And those results can, and a lot of times for business, if you're smart enough, and you believe in yourself enough, it can quadruple whatever the stock market return is. And you know, I'm not going to talk about in this video, but my side business is able to do that. And I'm really thankful for that. And I'm thankful I realize this now rather than later, because a lot of people, there's some people that never wake up, you know, they're just still following the rat race. And I'm sorry to say it, but that is not really an option anymore, because if you want to follow the rat race, that means getting a house at like 41 years old. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I want to get a place before that. And I want to be able to set out my goals and be able to accomplish them within a certain amount of time, rather than sit back and wait, you know, for my returns to kick in. And you know, nothing's guaranteed as well. I'm not saying the stock market's just going to stop forever, but there's a lot of uncertainty with a lot of things in this economy. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a solid amount of money in the stock market, but it's not my option A. It's actually like my fallback option. You know, it's something that's gonna grow because, you know, you have it's time building, you know? You might as well do it when you're young than later. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I love y'all. God bless. Let's go. Be uncomfortable.